It's the first real test for Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and his new coalition. The so-called Flag March, which right-wing nationalist Jewish groups used to mark Jerusalem Day when Israel occupied East Jerusalem in 1967, will now take place on Tuesday. And many fear it could reignite tensions.
It's a demonstration of power, it's a demonstration of control over the Palestinian people. And the parade itself, you know, we have been monitoring the parade for years, and we have whole lots of videos showing that the parade itself is actually a demonstration of incitement, of racism.
The march was initially delayed from its original date in May. It was cancelled just as people were gathering because rockets were fired from Gaza as a warning against holding the event. And another delay from last Thursday when police withdrew permission citing security concerns. The former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu then brought it up in a cabinet meeting, stating the march should be allowed to happen and asked the police chief for alternative routes.
It's an awful timing. All these tensions that brought the clashes and that brought the war are still there. You know, we are still trying to heal from what we had been going through just a few weeks ago.
This area around Damascus Gate in occupied East Jerusalem has been a flashpoint during recent tensions. Now, Palestinians see this march as a major provocation. Hamas and other groups have called for a day of rage, calling for Palestinians to come here in response. Ahmad's family owns a bookstore here in East Jerusalem. He tells us the settlers know very well this is a provocative act, but that it goes beyond that.
I think we have to look at the psyche of the government. The government claims Jerusalem as its capital. United, I mean, why do these people, the settlers, celebrate the unification of Jerusalem? Because there was a Knesset, a parliamentary bill that claims all of Jerusalem to be united in 1984, I believe. And hence, it's also a political point, it's a political act, it's a political stand, it's a governmental political point to prove.
Despite the march, for the first time, not being allowed to pass through Damascus Gate and through the Muslim quarter of the Old City, it is still being allowed to pass through occupied East Jerusalem on the main road next to Damascus Gate. It's an area seen as a communal heart for Palestinians. Hamas has warned this could cause an escalation, and the Israeli police have increased security not only here in Jerusalem, but the Israeli army has sent extra soldiers to the occupied West Bank. It's Prime Minister Naftali Bennett's second day in office, leading a fractious coalition of opposing ideologies. Many will be watching to see how he handles Tuesday's events, as a possible indication of the type of leader he will be. Stephanie Decker, Al Jazeera, in occupied East Jerusalem.